Input, microphone. Okay. Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now at all? Oh, oh, that sounds better. Can you hear me now? Yeah, you can hear me. Right, that's what it is. Let's go back to this one then. Right, should we try that again? Shall we? Again, let me know if you can hear me okay. I might just have to adjust a few things as we go. But it sounds like things are working now. I knew there was going to be a few little technical problems, but that's good. You can hear me. Good. The sound quality might not be brilliant. That's going to take some looking into now we've done that. But the new look is here at least. Oh, and yeah, you can see the quiz rounds down that side now, which is that side. Yes, if I can point the right direction. Okay. So we've got geography, we've got a pseudonym round, we've got a music round, which is going to be music trivia. All those three rounds were inspired by Patreon requests, so thank you very much for that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in Abby because she's going to ask a question, and in theory, if it's all going to work now, we've got some fancy graphics for Abby as well. Hello to all of you. I will get to all the hellos in just a moment. I'm just settling myself now that we've got that sound issue sorted because that was a real worry. So, first of all, hello to Andy, hello to Sue, Catherine, welcome, Britzillions, hello, hello to Millie as well. Luke is here as well. Is that Luke and Jane? We've got Blackpool Bar Stewards with us. Tracy, Fantastic Four, welcome along. Great turnout. Really pleased you could make it. And again, sorry about that one little technical problem there. I did do a trial run of this and it worked fine. And I've just had to change a setting that I've never had to change before. So, yeah, it's all a learning curve, isn't it, really? But let's bring in Abby because she's going to ask a question. So here we go. Hello to Amanda as well. So let's bring in Abby then. Here comes Abby's new in. Okay, here she is, everybody. Here's Abby. We've got a question to ask, and the question is going to appear on screen. So I just want to make sure that, again, everything's coming through loud and clear. Look, there we go. Yes, so you can see the comments. Let's scroll down here. Yeah, hello. There's some comments for you.
Very small.
We're a bit small, we're a bit cramped, aren't we? Because I've got a slightly different setup now. So I've had to adjust things here because I didn't think I'd be able to do any of this until we moved house. And we haven't actually moved house, have we? So I just had to cram it all in. But we're getting there. We're doing good. So Abby's going to ask a question. And you need to put the answer to this in the comments. If you are the fastest person to do that, you can give yourself a bonus point. Abby's going to read that question and it will appear on screen now. There we go. There's the question for you, Abby. You going to give it a read?
Yeah.
Up here? Up.
Which country did Hawaiian pizza originate? Was it A, Hawaii, B, Canada, or C, Greece?
Okay, there's your question. You can put this in the comments, guys. Only this one, remember. This is the only question you put in the comments. Read it again while we wait for some answers to come in.
Which country did Hawaiian pizza originate? Was it A, Hawaii, B, Canada, or C, Greece?
Wow, good. Looks like they're all responding nicely. So now we look over here and we can see all the comments coming in. You can read that a bit clearer, can't you? Looks like we've got a mixture of answers. Oh no, Diva says she's still got no sound. That's got to be your end, Diva. Oh no, I hope you can sort that out. Maybe try turning the volume up your side because everybody else can hear us, right? Right, so look, we've got some correct answers, so let's go through them. Ju says Greece, that's the Brazilians. Luke's gone with B, which is Canada. Then Chris says Canada as well. Tracy says Canada. Lots of guesses for Canada, actually, but we do have a mixture. The first one, though, let's reveal first of all what the correct answer is. Boom, there we go. Tell everybody what the answer is, then, Abby.
Canada!
Canada. So there's a story behind the three choices there. The guy who invented it is from Greece. He then opened restaurants for pizza in Canada, and he called it the Hawaiian pizza because the pineapple chunks were in a can from a company that called Hawaiian Pineapple. and you've just poured them over the pizza, and that's it. That's why it's called Hawaiian. So Canada's the correct answer. Who was first though? Let's have a look over here. I think it was this one here. Look there.
Luke.
Luke, well done. Yes, you got it right the fastest. Excellent. Let's have a quick look at some of the comments again. Andy says, I'll have A as nobody said it. Oh, and Diva can hear us now, I think, as well. That's great. So it looks like we've got everything working then. That's good. Brilliant. It didn't take too long, and thankfully we managed to sort it quickly, and Abby's got to do her question. Do you guys like her new intro? Do you like everything we've done with that as well? Keep that feedback coming in, because this is just like the first look and feel, the first way I've designed it. As I learn more about how this all works, we'll do more with it as well. And you'll see more as we go today too. Okay, everybody say goodbye to Abby then. Say bye, Abby.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for helping. And yes, Diva can hear us now too. All right. Mwah. Love you, sweetheart.
Bye.
Off you go. And we will move on then, everybody, to our first official round of the new Big Quiz Night In. Let's go over to geography. All right. So... geography round then. So yeah, as I said, this is the first round that was chosen by a Patreon. This is Andy who inspired this round. So I'm just adjusting my screens again so I can see everything. Oh, right. Oh, I'm so nervous coming into tonight, honestly. I really was. But I'm glad that everything's sorted, and I hope you have fun with it. So the big change to the format then, apart from all of this, is I want to try and do 4 different rounds in a show, but I don't want to go for an hour and a half per show. I want to do that in as close to an hour as possible. Obviously, we had a slight technical problem there, and there's a lot to talk about tonight. So what I thought we would do is do 10 questions per 3 quiz rounds, okay, of those 3 subjects. I've got 10 questions for each of them. And then we just got the one picture to look at, because I didn't want to, I'm already pushing myself out of my comfort zone by doing as much as I am in this first show. So what I'm going to do is there's one picture to quiz you on at the end, which is one of the logo quizzes I did over on my TikTok page to just give you an idea of how that works for those who didn't know. It's one of the first ones I posted as well, so you might not remember it if you've seen those already. So we'll do the 3 quiz rounds, then we'll do a picture round, and hopefully you'll give me lots of lovely feedback and suggestions, because once you see what we can do here, now you've seen all this, you'll have an idea of the kind of things I could do. And we'll do more with pictures and things in the future, and we'll change it up as we go until I feel like we've got a really good finished product for now. So let's just see how you go. So with these questions then, just keep a note of them. Same as before, I will go through the answers at the end. You can ask me for repeats at the end as well if I go through it too quickly. Write your answers down your side. Keep a note of them however you want to. And then once we get to the end, we'll reveal all the answers and see how well you did. Put the scores in the comments, and then we'll move on to the next round. Okay, so let's go. Question number 1 then, in geography, which motorway links Leicestershire and Cumbria? Which motorway links Leicestershire and Cumbria? Have a guess at that. Thank you again to Andy for suggesting we do some kind of geography round. And I will also say thank you to Martin, another patron of mine, because he suggested certain subjects that have cropped up and will crop up throughout the evening, including in this round. So thank you for your suggestions. Patrons, always welcome to do that, not just when I ask you for it. Question number 2 then. Which 4 English towns or civil parishes have the word royal in their name or as a prefix to it? This is for 4 points. Which 4 English towns or civil parishes have the word royal in their name or as a prefix to it? 1 point for each, as per usual. So 4 English towns or civil parishes, they have the word royal in their name or as a prefix at the start of it. Let's see how many of those you can work out collectively. Thank you for that lovely feedback there, Millie. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun putting this together. I'm not going to lie, a lot of fun. Probably, I mean, I was supposed to have this last week off work, which I did, off my day job. But I spent so much time, as soon as my new laptop came in, oh, I spent so much time working on this. It's brilliant. I'm so chuffed with it. So yeah, just need to sort out why the microphone didn't work initially, but the rest of it looks like it's okay. Question number 3. Riga, Valletta, and Minsk are the capital cities of which 3 European nations? 1 point for each. Riga, Riga, Valletta, and Minsk are the capital cities of which 3 European nations? Okay, that's another 3 points there for you. Question number 4 now. Oh, okay, Martin's here. I just mentioned you, absolutely. Yeah, let's get Quizzical saying hello. They'll be back a little later to do the quiz properly, have fun, catch you all a little bit later. Okay, that's great. Well, as long as you make sure you comment and let me know how you get on, at least this way you can skip over the sound problem at the start and get straight to the first questions. So don't you worry, mate. Appreciate the comment. Okay, so question number 4 then. In April 2021, what did Leeds Castle announce it was changing its name to avoid confusion over its location? In April 2021, what did Leeds Castle announce it was changing its name to avoid confusion over its location? Which you could totally understand once you know the answer, if you're not aware of that particular place. What did Leeds Castle announce in April 2021 that they were changing its name to avoid confusion over its location? Okay, question number 5 now. Question 5. The highest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls, but which country is it in? The highest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls, but in which country is it? For 1 point, that's question number 5. Halfway through this round. And we move on then to question number 6. Which are the longest bridges in England, Scotland, and Wales? 1 point for each again. Which are the longest bridges in England, Scotland, and Wales? 1 point for each. Excuse me. Lots of talking again today. Right. Question number 7 now. Question 7. Which famous address is located at the postcode SW1A 2AA? Which famous address is located at the postcode SW1A 2AA? That's S for Sierra. SW1A 2AA. What famous address is located at that postcode? Okay, let's go now down to question number 8. Question number 8. In which country is the Bay of Pigs? In which country is the Bay of Pigs? Just the 2 more questions left in this round. And they're both for 3 points each. Okay, so question number 9. Luxembourg has borders with which 3 European countries? Luxembourg has borders with which 3 European countries? 1 point for each that you guessed correctly there. And question number 10 then is also for 3 points. So question number 10 then, one for all you coffee lovers. Which 3 countries produce the most coffee in the world? Which 3 countries produce the most coffee in the world? So let me know if you need any questions repeated then. That is the end of the geography round. 10 questions. As I said before, we're shortening them down to 10 questions for now, just to see how this format works, and so I don't feel too overloaded with all the new stuff I'm bringing to you. So it might be that we stick to 10 questions for each quiz round, keep it a shorter show. Maybe we'll do something different, but we'll see how it goes for now. Let me know if you want any of those questions repeated, if you need a little bit more time. I will go through the answers in just a moment. One thing I do need to do, I'll figure out the best way to do this, is to remind you all of where you can support me and things you can do to support Big Quiz 19. Obviously, I'll share my Beacons link in a bit. I think what I want to do first is share the charity link, the usual charity link that some of you will be familiar with, and give you a bit of an update about that as well. So let me just do the repeats then, because Diva, you were without sound for much longer than everybody else, it seems. So questions 1, 2, and 3, I will say again for everybody. Question number 1, which motorway links Leicestershire and Cumbria? Which motorway links Leicestershire and Cumbria? Question 2, which 4 English towns or civil parishes have the word royal in their name or as a prefix to it? This isn't including counties or boroughs, by the way. We are literally just talking about towns or civil parishes. And that's called royal patronage, but we're not including counties or boroughs in that, just the towns or parishes. And question number 3 was Riga, Valletta, and Minsk are the capital cities of which 3 European nations? Right, so just before I go through the answers then, unless there's any more repeats that come in, the link I'm going to share in the chat now is also in the description. It's the GoFundMe link for Secret Santa 365. That's the local charity that I ask the people support if they want to do something charitable to show their thanks for what I do here. Alternatively, of course, we'll talk about all the stuff along the bottom here and ways you can support me in a bit. You're welcome, Diva. Glad you are able to hear them again. So with Secret Santa 365, they're currently and have been for the last few months doing a Laptops for Learners scheme where people are donating old laptops to them. They're refurbishing them and giving them to homes that are in need, you know, people who are struggling, especially with all the pandemic going on, people with young children, and they need technology to help them to get by. So what I wanted to say is thanks to all the Patreons and everybody who supported me financially through all of this ever since I started all this, and I managed to buy that new laptop that I needed to bring you what I'm doing now. I had an old laptop that needed a new home, and it was still good enough to get by and do word processing and basic browsing. So I gave it to Secret Santa 365 as part of their Laptops for Learners scheme. So I think you can all, if you supported me along this in any way, you can all give yourselves a pat on the back, because really we've all played a part of that laptop going now to a new home to hopefully help a needy family. So thank you everybody for your supporting me, and let's hope that it finds its way to a nice family who need it. So there you go. That's something to let you know about in terms of this. So what I could do now is go through the answers for this round, put your team scores in the comments, and then we'll move on to our pseudonym round. Okay, so question number 1, which motorway links Leicestershire and Cumbria? It is the M6. Question 2, which 4 English towns or civil parishes have the word royal in their name? So we have Leamington Spa, Tunbridge Wells, Wootton Bassett, and Sutton Coldfield. 1 point for each. Question 3 was Riga, Valletta, and Minsk are the capital cities of which 3 European nations? They are Latvia, Malta, and Belarus. Question number 4. In April 2021, what did Leeds Castle announce it was changing its name to avoid confusion over its location? Leeds Castle changed its name to Kent Castle because it is not, in fact, anywhere near Leeds. It is in Kent. So they changed its name, and I'm sure there were many, but in particular, there was one couple who booked a weekend away, went to Leeds Castle, or at least so they thought, and went to Leeds, and then realised they were a very long way away and were going to miss the event because it was actually in Kent and not in Leeds at all. So they have changed their name. It's right near Maidstone, in case you didn't know. and it's now called Kent Castle as of April. Right, your next question was question 5. The highest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls, but in which country is it in? It is Venezuela. Question 6. Which are the longest bridges in England, Scotland, and Wales? They are the Humber Bridge, the Firth Road Bridge, and the Severn Bridge. Humber, Firth Road, and Severn. Question 7. The famous address that's located at SW1A2AA is 10 Downing Street. Question 8. In which country is the Bay of Pigs? It is in Cuba. And question number 9 was Luxembourg has borders with which 3 European countries? They are Belgium, France, and Germany. And your final question, which 3 countries produce the most coffee in the world? In any order, Brazil, Colombia, and Vietnam. There we go then, guys. Let me know your scores in the comments. If you want me to repeat any of those again, let me know. If you're watching a repeat of this show, please do let me know in the comments how you got on. I'd love to know that you're watching. And yes, sorry about, again, the problems earlier with the sound. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see how well you did. The comments have all gone quiet, so I hope you're all still there. And let me know how many points you've got, and then we can move on to our pseudonym round, which again has more Patreon requests and suggestions within it. There we go. 14 points for Blackpool Bar Stewards. Very, very good. 10 points for Diva. Good score. I'm sure that was improved when I repeated those questions for you. The Donuts have got themselves 13. That's all right. That's all right. Good score. 14 for the Back in Black crew. 11 for Luke and Jane, I presume. Fantastic Four. Rubbish at geography as usual. 9 points. I mean, considering there's 10 questions, I know there's a few multiple points there, but that's all right. 6 for Millie, well done. 9 for the Brazilians, just Jew and Ant there, but still good score. Maddie, great to have you here. G-Force, I've got themselves 13 points as well. Very good. Any more for any more? Let me know in the comments, and we shall move on to our next round. The comments will still keep appearing on screen as we go through, so even if I change screens like I'm about to, we'll still see the scores coming in, and I'm looking at them on a separate screen anyway, so you can keep commenting. We won't lose track of anything. So that's the geography round over and done with. Here comes that transition. We're going to the pseudonym. Okay. Catherine and Tony in there with 13 points. Thank you for sharing that. 13 points. Very good score again on that one. And we are now on to the pseudonym round. But again, just keep those comments coming. If there's more of you watching and I've gone past it, don't worry. You can still comment about it. And we'll move on now to round number 2. So, pseudonym round is exactly as it sounds. It's just questions about famous people who have had or do have pseudonyms. They could be real, they could be fictional. Anything goes, but pseudonyms is the theme of the round. Okay, 10 questions again, and there's at least one question here that was from a Patreon request. So yes, yeah, there is. So let's move on to this round then. Very best of luck to you again with this one. Question number 1. Which mass murderer was known as the Yorkshire Ripper? Which mass murderer was known as the Yorkshire Ripper? That's question number 1 in round 2 for you. Question 2. By what name was Manfred von Richthofen known in World War I? By what name was Manfred von Richthofen known in World War I? Okay, question number 3 then is for true or false. A true or false question. Kung Fu star Bruce Lee's name was a pseudonym. Is that true or false? Kung Fu star Bruce Lee's name was a pseudonym. Is that true or false? Oh. Question number 4 now. Question 4. This one's for 3 points. By what name were the Cowboys named William Bonney, Robert Leroy Parker, and Martha Jane Canary, better known. It might be Canary, actually. Might be pronounced Canary. I'll say it again anyway. By what name were the Cowboys named William Bonney, Robert Leroy Parker, and Martha Jane Canary, better known? 1 point for each again. Let's see how you do with that one. All right. Bringing the things a little bit more up to date now. Question 5. What is Coco Chanel's real first name? What is Coco Chanel's real first name? Right. Next question then is question number 6. Now this is a Patreon request. Thanks again to Martin for some inspiration on this one. Martin wanted a question on Jack the Ripper, so here is that question for you. Which of the following was a nickname for a Jack the Ripper suspect? Leather boots, leather apron, or leather face? Which of the following was a nickname for a Jack the Ripper suspect? Leather boots, leather apron, or leather face? Choose one, please. Question number 7 is for 3 more points. Question 7. Which British politicians were known as the Chingford Skinhead, the Beast of Bolsover, and the Squeaker? Which British politicians were known as the Chingford Skinhead, the Beast of Bolsover, and the Squeaker? For 3 points. And we've got 3 more questions remaining in this round. Don't forget to ask for any repeats at the end. Chingford Skinhead, the Beast of Bolsover, and the Squeaker. Which British politicians were they? Right, question number 8. What was Miley Stewart's well-known television pseudonym? What was Miley Stewart's well-known television pseudonym? Right, next question is question number 9. This one's for 3 more points. Question 9. Which 3 best-selling authors were published under the names of Ellis, Acton, and Currer Bell? Which 3 best-selling authors were published under the names of Ellis, Acton, and Currer Bell? One point for each again. And the last question then, question number 10. By what name is the footballer born Edson Arantes de Nascimento better known to the world? By what name was the footballer born Edson Arantes de Nascimento better known to the world? I apologize if I've pronounced that wrong. But I've never been corrected, so I'm sticking with it until I get corrected. And chances are I might be very soon. But I'll read it one more time. By what name is the footballer born Edson Arantes de Nascimento better known to the world? Very famous footballer. So let me know if you want any questions repeated. Again, that's the end of round number 2. Just the 10 questions again with the pseudonym round. And then we'll go through the answers. Next thing I can tell you about, I normally share at this point actually the beacons link in case anybody wants to know exactly where they could follow me, because there's lots of pictures around here now, but everything is linked in what I'm about to share in the comments, okay? So if you're on any other social media platforms or you fancy joining them so you can see the things I share on them and have some more quiz fun, free quiz content, you can go to that beacons link and there's a long list of all the different things you can click on to support me. and that's including everything you see pictured here. And actually, the bar along the bottom and the bar along the side, get the camera right again, the bar down the left-hand side there, or the right-hand side as you look at it, that was all supposed to be in the Facebook quiz shows I've done previously. Because you know, some of you who are regulars will know that I used to put little banners and things on screen that I could using Facebook's Facebook Frame Manager. And then just as I designed this one, they decided that you weren't allowed to do that anymore and it wasn't going to work anymore, and not tell anybody. They just removed it. So that was really helpful, but that's why I had no graphics for so long. So everything along the bottom was supposed to be there all along for a long time, and everything down the side with the subjects and the TikTok was supposed to be there before as well. Everything else is new though. So I'm glad I could finally bring it to you. Right, let's go through the answers then, because I'm not seeing any repeats of anything requested, which is fine. It's a pretty quick round again. So, question number 1: which mass murderer was known as the Yorkshire Ripper? The Yorkshire Ripper. It was Peter Sutcliffe. Question 2: by what name was Manfred von Richthofen known in World War I? It is the Red Baron. Question 3: true or false? Kung Fu star Bruce Lee's name was a pseudonym. It is true. He was born Lee Jun Fan. Question 4: by what name were the cowboys named William Bonney, Robert Leroy Parker, and Martha Jane Cannery better known? William Bonney is Billy the Kid. Robert Leroy Parker was Butch Cassidy. And Martha Jane was Calamity Jane. Question 5: what is Coco Chanel's real first name? It was Gabrielle. Question 6: which of the following was a nickname for a Jack the Ripper suspect? Was it leather boots, leather apron, or leather face? It was leather apron. There's a whole long and sordid story behind it. You can Google it in your own time. I don't want to go into gory details here, but leather apron was one of the suspects. Question 7: which British politicians were known as the Chingford Skinhead, the Beast of Bolsover, and the Squeaker? Norman Tebbit was the Chingford Skinhead. The Beast of Bolsover was the legend that is Dennis Skinner. And the Squeaker was John Burko. I think I can call him legend as well. I wouldn't normally say that about that kind of person, but he was pretty good, let's be honest. Question number 8: what was Miley Stewart's well-known television pseudonym? Hannah Montana. Question number 9: which 3 best-selling authors were published under the names of Ellis, Acton, and Cora Bell? Emily, Anne, and Charlotte Bronte. 1 point for each. And question number 10: the footballer born Edson Arantes do Nascimento was better known to the world as Pele. So there we go. That's the end of that round. Tally up your scores once again. Let me know in the comments how well you've done. And then we will be moving on to the music trivia round. I'm sorry if you thought I'd be actually playing music. Although I've got all this fancy stuff going on, I still can't play copyright protected stuff because Facebook will shut me down. A good effort, Jew says. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, you know, if you want to record a little sound clip and send it to me in Messenger so I know how to say it in future, that'd be great. I'm sure it sounds much, much better in a genuine Brazilian accent for sure. Right, Eric says 9 for Blackpool Bar Stewards, 10 for Diva, 9 again for the Fantastic Four. Donuts have scored 9 as well. Good scores all round, guys. Well done. I think there was about 3, 6, 9, probably about 16 points or so. 8 points for the Britzillians. Oh, Jew says it was very good. Okay, all right. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Missed the answer to number 3, Maddie says. It was true. Bruce Lee's name was a pseudonym. He was born as Lee Jun Fan. So true for the 1 point for that one. 4 for Millie. Good score. Well done. Not so golden oldies. Tony and Catherine have got 12 points. Well done. Luke and Jane have got themselves 6 points. Excellent. Very well done. Again, keep those scores coming in, and I will continue to read them even if we now flick over to the next round, which will be our music trivia round. There we go. And we'll go on to music trivia. So pop music trivia, not dissimilar to music rounds you've had before. Again, for those who have played along before, 10 questions though, and this will be across all of pop music. So some modern, some old, and we'll see how well you do. Multiple points up for grabs as per usual too. G-Force have got 15 points on that one. Another good score. Very well done there to G-Force. Okay, again, keep the comments coming in, but let's go on now to the pop music trivia round. So for 2 points for question number 1, what were the names of the brothers from the band called Jedward? Can you have a few extra seconds on the triple questions? Of course you can. I can waffle on a little bit more on the multiple point ones. You absolutely can. Yeah, I mean, it's not me that wants to rush through it, really. I'm just conscious of the fact that more people may be interested to stick around for a whole show if it was an hour rather than an hour and a half. So I'm going to try and cut back on the waffle on, as I call it. But I will pad out a little bit more between the multiple point questions. Of course you can. So yes, what were the names of the brothers from the band called Jedward for 2 points there? 1 point for each. They obviously share the same surname, but if you could give them the full name, that would be appreciated for the points there. Question number 2. Who joined Amy Winehouse in the 2007 hit single Valerie? Who joined Amy Winehouse on the 2007 hit single Valerie? In fact, Amy Winehouse is the one that features on the song as opposed to being the main artist credited that you need to work out. A lot of people tend to just assume it is just her, but she's featuring, not the actual credited artist. So let's see how well you do with that one, see if you can work that one out. Who joined Amy Winehouse on the 2007 hit single Valerie? Okay, question number 3. What was the title of Madonna's first UK #1 hit single? This is a classic trivia question because she did so many great songs, particularly in the early part of her career. Very popular songs, but which one was the first? Even if I gave you multiple choice, I think some people would still find it very tricky, even if you knew her songs. So let's see if you can work it out. What was the title of Madonna's first UK #1 hit single? Okay, question 4. This one's for 2 points. George Harrison has had a UK hit with which 2 bands? George Harrison has had a UK hit with which 2 bands? Question number 5 will also be for 2 points. Okay, so question 5. Which 2 acts had a Naughties UK top 10 hit single with a version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah? Which 2 acts had a Naughties UK top 10 hit single with a version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah? This was following the song being re-released for X Factor. So one of them is going to be that version to give you a clue, and the other was another popular cover. Question number 6, 50-50 shout for this one. Which act has had the most UK #1 hit singles between Blondie and Katy Perry? And I do just mean Blondie as the band. We're not including Debbie Harry on her own on this one. I don't think it actually makes a difference with #1 hit singles anyway, but to avoid any confusion, Blondie as that band, or Katy Perry, which of the 2 had the most UK #1 hit singles? Okay, let's go on then to number 7. Back with another kind of pseudonym related question, actually, for number 7. By what name is the pop star who was born Declan McManus better known? By what name is the pop star who was born Declan McManus better known? Okay, so the the next 3 questions are all multiple point questions. So let's see how well you do with these ones then. Question number 8 is for 3 points. Which musical acts had the original UK hit singles with One Kiss, One More Night, and 1 in 10? Which musical acts had the original UK hit singles with One Kiss, One More Night, and 1 in 10? Question number 9 is going to be for another 2 points. Again, I can repeat questions at the end. You know I will do so. Just let me know which ones you'd like me to repeat. So question number 9 for 2 points. This is a lyrics question. So, watching every motion in my foolish lover's game is the opening line to which original hit single by which act? Watching every motion in my foolish lover's game is the opening line to which original hit single by which act? I'm going to put it in the comments as well for you. One point for the title, 1 point for the artist or group that released it. We'll give you 2 points for that one. And your final question will be for 3 final points. This one's going to be about backing bands. Okay, question number 10. The Wailers, the Pips, and the News were whose backing bands? The Wailers, the Pips, and the News were whose backing bands? 1 point for each again there. Let's see how well you do with that one then. Let me know if you want anything repeated, because that is the end of the music trivia round. As I said, we've got one more little quiz round to do, a little picture for you to have a look at and see if you can work out what the correct answer is for that one. But first, let's see if you need any repeats. We'll go through the answers. And once we've gone through the answers, we'll see how well you've done. Get those team scores coming in. Okay, number 6 again, no problem. And number 10. Okay, question number 6. Which act has had the most UK #1 hit singles between Blondie and Katy Perry? Which act has had the most UK #1 hit singles between Blondie and Katy Perry? Okay, so Sue and that one was for Millie then, and Sue and Andy are both asked for number 10, no problem. So, question number 10, the Wailers, the Pips, and the News were whose backing bands? 1 point for each as usual. Let's see how you get on with that one then. And if there's not any more repeats, we'll go through the answers. I've shared the links I wanted to share with you tonight. One thing I will say while I've got your attention also is that I would love to have any feedback once the show's finished. Would love to have any feedback, any suggestions, any comments, any ideas. You can message me directly. You don't have to comment anywhere publicly if you don't want to. Just ping either Big Quiz Night In's Facebook page, message it directly, or to me if you want to on Facebook. It's no problem either way. Or however else you can contact me. I don't mind. I would love to know because this is just like the first one of the new show. So yes, please bear that in mind once we finish this evening. I'm also, because I'm incorporating pictures now into the live shows, I'm not going to be sharing many picture rounds, if at all, after I finish anymore. It's quite difficult to keep track of ones I've posted and ones I haven't. And I want to do more with this show rather than be taking up more of my time posting stuff afterwards. Because obviously it gets on quite late in the evening sometimes. So yeah, if I create my own ones with the red titles that you've seen some of recently, like I don't know, the Mr. Men one and the music albums one, things like that, then I will share those. But I'm not just going to share one every week anymore. And I want to do more pictures somehow with this show, and we'll just see how it works out. Yes, and also put more focus into the Patreon quizzes as well. So I think that's a good way of doing that, just cutting out that little step in my processes for a while and see how we go. All right, so I'm going to go through the answers then. There's been no more comments as I've waffled on a bit more there. So here we go with the answers for the music round, and let's see how well you did. So question number 1, what were the names of the brothers from the band called Jedward? Okay, they are John and Edward Grimes. It's a 2-point question there. Excuse me. Question 2. Who joined Amy Winehouse on the 2007 hit single Valerie? That was Mark Ronson. Question 3. What was the title of Madonna's first UK #1 hit single? It was Into the Groove. Question 4. George Harrison has had a UK hit with which 2 bands? The Beatles. Perhaps most of you would have got that one. The other one is the Travelling Wilburys. Right, question number 5. Which 2 acts had a Naughties UK top 10 hit single with a version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah? Jeff Buckley and Alexandra Burke for 2 points. Question 6. Which act has had the most UK #1 hit singles between Blondie and Katy Perry? It is with 6 compared to 5. Blondie has had 1 more. Question 7. By what name is the pop star who was born Declan McManus better known? Elvis Costello. Question 8. Which musical acts had the original UK hit singles with One Kiss, One More Night, and 1 in 10? It is Calvin Harris, Dua Lipa, Calvin Harris with Dua Lipa, Phil Collins, and UB40. You could have just a point for Calvin Harris or Dua Lipa for that first one if you wanted to, because I did say it was only for 3 points. So Calvin Harris or Dua Lipa, very well done if you put them both. Phil Collins and UB40. Question 9. Watching every motion in my foolish lover's game is the opening line to Take My Breath Away by Berlin, which is, of course, off the Top Gun soundtrack. If you didn't know that, go watch Top Gun immediately. I mean it. I love that movie. Question number 10. The Wailers, the Pips, and the News were whose backing bands? Is Bob Marley and the Wailers, Gladys Knight and the Pips, and Huey Lewis and the News. There we go. So tell me in the comments, how did you get on with that round? Tally up your scores and let me know along with your quiz team names if you have got a quiz team, or just the points as always. If you don't want to do it that way, that's fine. And then we'll reveal this picture to you for a little quiz to finish off. And it's timing wise, it's working out quite nicely because it's coming up to 9 o'clock. So yeah. 5 points. Oh, Fantastic Four got 15 points. Well done, team. Good job there. Melly's got 5. Diva's got 11. Good score there. Donuts have got 13. Luke and Jane have got 13 as well. 12 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Another good score. 13 for the Back in Black Sages this time round. The Not So Golden Oldies have got 9 points. Britzillions have got 12 points. I wonder how well Brazilians would do if they had a full team tonight. I wonder. But good scores anyway. G-Force have got 16 points that time round. Again, another excellent score for that one. Is there any more for any more? Let me know in the comments. Don't be shy. And again, if you're watching a repeat of this, please make sure you keep commenting along, and I will respond to them as they come in. But yeah, excellent scores all around there, guys. Really good effort. So let's move on then to the last little thing I wanted to do this evening before we say our goodbyes is a picture. So this picture round then is taken from one of my TikToks, as I mentioned earlier. One of the most popular things I do over on TikTok is a logo quiz. And I get lots of different requests for different logos. It's been a lot of football teams, granted, but there were some other ones. And this is one of them. So between these two logos, logo A, logo B, which do you think is the correct logo for Coca-Cola? Try not to reach for it if it's in a bottle, on a bottle or anything nearby. Try and do this from memory. Is logo A or logo B the correct logo for Coca-Cola? I will reveal the answer, but what I would love to try on this one, there might be some other ways of doing this that I'll try in future quizzes, but to keep things simple for now, get ready to put it in the comments whether you think it's A or B, and then I'll reveal to you what it is, okay? So when you're all ready, you can put them in the comments now. And let's see who thinks it's A and who thinks it's B. And when I think a good few comments have come in, then I will reveal the answer to you. So put them in the comments now and let's see how you get on. When I do this, yes, thank you, keep them coming. When I do this over on TikTok, there's poll options, A and B, and then you have to tap the one you think is the correct answer. And then I tell you at the end of the video whether it's A or B. And you can also see the percentages at that point of who said what once you've voted as well. So it's always really interesting to see what people think when it comes to these logos, especially ones as well known as Coca-Cola. So we have got mostly A's, it looks like. Yeah, Jill, Tracy, Sue, Millie, Luke, Catherine, Maddie. Blackpool Bar Shoes have gone with B. Diva's gone with B as well. Interesting. Most people going with A though. Let's see if there's any more that come in. I will reveal the answer to you in just a moment. This is the last thing we're going to be doing, and then I'll be saying goodnight to you all. So the correct logo for this one, watch closely, is logo A. Very well done to most of you. A couple of you thinking it was logo B. I mean, I didn't make this particular one, so I can say quite confidently that it's been very well done, and there's no harm in thinking it was logo B because it does look pretty cool. But yeah, logo A is the correct one. So well done. Give yourself all another bonus point if you got logo A. Things like this and other pitch around type things we might do in future quizzes. Again, I'm just trying to work out the best ways to incorporate it. You know, I can't just put like a page of 15 pictures up here and sit here quietly while you all look at it. So I need to come up with and think of some fun ways to do it. So that's again where I need your help and input. Do you want to see some more things like this in future quizzes, more picture quizzes dropped in throughout the trivia questions? You're the regulars that watch the show the most, and also others who I really appreciate joining as well. And so therefore your feedback is what's most important right now. And not just on that, feedback in general. Thank you all for watching because we have come to the end of the quiz. So I'm going to close off now. I'll play you my little outro thingy. And I really do appreciate you joining me this evening. If anybody's watched a repeat of this, the same goes to you too. Let me know what you thought and how you got on and give me your feedback, please. And I look forward to bringing you another quiz next week. Diva says, great quiz, Chris. Love the new look. Thank you. Snap rounds, I think, Andy says. All right, so we've come up to the hour mark now, guys. Thank you very much. You can keep commenting because I will read the comments once I've closed down the live feed. And in theory, I believe I've gone live a different way tonight. I think this will still be posted afterwards for repeat viewing. So we'll see how it all goes. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.